everybody, Yogi here. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well. Man, it is almost Halloween. About a week, we're about 9 days out from Halloween. And the colors are really looking good up here in Wisconsin. And tonight, I am going up to Appleton, Wisconsin, which is about 70 miles north of where I live. Because every Friday and Saturday night in September and October, my sister, also known as Chuckles, who's been on this channel, her and I do a ghost walk up in Appleton. It's called the Appleton Haunted History and Mystery Tour. Now, if you go back in my playlist, there is a commercial that I created last year, and you can check that out. But what I thought I'd do for this episode is actually take you on the tour with us, film a little bit of it. I'm not obviously going to give away all the stops, just going to give you a taste of what to expect if you come on this tour. So again, it's up in Appleton, Wisconsin. Now, Appleton, Wisconsin is part of what is known as the Fox Cities, which is Oshkosh, Neenah, Menasha. But I just thought I'd let people see what Yogi's doing on Friday and Saturday nights, September and October. Oh, these colors are beautiful. Let's turn this camera around. Gotta see these colors turning the curve here. Look at those colors. Actually, yeah, ooh, that's nice. Yeah, they're getting a lot better now. I mean, there's actually a lot of trees that the leaves are gone already up here. But so I got a couple Halloween questions for you. Number one, and these you can comment below. What's your favorite horror film? What's your favorite horror franchise? And what's the best haunted house, haunted attraction you've ever been to? Comment below the video, and I'll tell you mine right now. My all-time favorite film is, I would have to say, 1931's Dracula. Bela Lugosi, man, a classic. Just those films in the 30s, the Universal classics, the ambience, the black and white. You know, does it look a little hokey in some spots? Absolutely. But back then, those films were like your top-notch special effects films of today. You know, the stuff they did with the minimal sets that they had and used and stuff like that. I will take the Universal classics over anything that's come out today. My opinion. My favorite franchise, the Universal classics. You can't go wrong. Frankenstein, Dracula, Bride of Frankenstein, Wolfman, Creature from the Black Lagoon. You know, I grew up with these movies when I was a little kid. I used to watch them on this TV show called, it was on WVTV, Channel 18 in Milwaukee. And back in the old days, they had their logo, which was like a little box. And then they'd have a tarantula crawl up on it. And they had this really funky, like, synth music playing. But those movies back then, you know, those are the ones I first saw. And those are the ones that kind of scared me, you know, and gave me, when I was younger, there was a movie called Burnt Offerings from 1976. I just watched it recently. And when I was younger, when I first saw it, I was probably 7 or 8 years old. And there's this character in it, without giving away too much, he's like an old hearse driver. And he comes back, you know, about 100 years later and starts tormenting this family. And the guy had this grin on him. And I used to call him the guy with the yellow teeth when I was little. And whenever that scene would come up, there's a scene where Oliver Reed, the main character, he's cutting down some shrubbery and stuff. He stops and he's having a break, just drinking a beer. And all of a sudden he hears this old-time hearse pulling up the driveway. And every time I would hear that when I was little, I used to get out of my, get off the sofa or wherever I was sitting, and I'd go into the kitchen and just kind of peek around the corner. Because that guy, he had this smile, and his teeth were kind of yellow, and he just had this creepy looking smile. That was one of the weird things that spooked me as a little kid. Barlow from Salem's Lot, when he first appears in Salem's Lot. Now, for a 2-part miniseries, that was a great miniseries. But again, Salem's Lot, that first time when the guy's in jail, Ned Tibbetts, and he sees the jail cell open up, and he's kind of trying to, open up his eyes and focus in on what's going on, and all of a sudden all you see is Barlow's face. And you see those fangs, and that scared the crap out of me when I was a kid too. Favorite haunt? I've worked at a couple of haunts, so I don't want to sound biased, so I won't do those. Back in the day, in the 80s, I used to volunteer for the March of Dimes. They used to have a haunted house in the Point Loomis parking lot down in Milwaukee, which was over by 27th and Morgan, over by Southgate, if people know where I'm talking about. That was kind of cool. I volunteered at the Hubertus House of Horror, which no longer exists. I have two, actually. One of my favorite haunts I haven't been to since I filmed it. Sorry, Dan Cartwright. Warriors Haunted Asylum in Dotyville, Wisconsin. That's from my, I think it was 2 years ago, around Halloween, I put that one up. I did a daytime walkthrough with Dan, and then I went back at night and filmed it. That one was very good. And Mysterious Mansion in Gatlinburg. It's not, Mysterious Mansion in Gatlinburg, it's not like crazy actors in your face constantly. There's only a couple actors, I think, that go through the whole thing and do various things to you. But yeah, Mysterious Mansion in Gatlinburg is probably the other. So it's a tie between Mysterious Mansion and Warriors Haunted Asylum, Dotyville. So again, comment below. Tell me what your favorite horror film is, your favorite franchise, and your favorite haunted house that you visited, or haunted location. Haunted locations. Let's see. Since I investigate, paranormal investigate, haunted locations. Where have I been? The Myrtles Plantation was really, really cool. I highly suggest anybody goes and does the Myrtles Plantation. That's in my playlist from last year. Villisca Axe Murder House in Villisca, Iowa. That was a very creepy investigation, overnight investigation we did, which was, wow, 12 years ago. It was 12 years, no, 10 years ago this year. So, comment below. I want to know what you guys are thinking about Halloween in general. Do you love Halloween? Do you hate Halloween? What's your favorite holiday? Mine, obviously, it's Halloween. Christmas, I mean, I'm seeing Christmas stuff up already. Come on, folks. Really? Can you wait until at least Halloween? I know it used to be like the day after Thanksgiving, Christmas stuff was out, but it just keeps getting earlier and earlier, and now it's like we're not even to Halloween yet, and they got Christmas stuff out already. Just, let us get through Halloween first. Yogi's opinions only. Loves, loves, loves. Loves is all you need. And right over here is where they have the EAA Museum, Experimental Aircraft Association. That's Whitman Field right there. Every August, hundreds of thousands of people come and check this place out. I filmed the museum a couple years ago. If you want to check that out, it's in my playlist. We are in Oshkosh. We're now driving over the Roland Campo Memorial Bridge, which gives you a nice little view of Neenah and Menasha. Quite picturesque and pretty. Look at the boats out there. Nice to be able to still boat out here in late October. It is so gorgeous today, folks. It is 72 right now. We're finally getting our Indian summer. And look at that, just like magic. Boom, through the magic of editing, 70 miles an hour later, I am at one Chuckles von Mecklenburg's house in Appleton, Wisconsin. See you at the tour. There it is. We are here in Houdini Plaza, lovely Houdini Plaza, and it's a little after 6. Tour starts in a half an hour. Just waiting for people to show up. This is Houdini Plaza here. I filmed it a couple years ago. Pretty neat place. There's the Zilke building. We talk about the Zilke building on the tour. There's my nephew Carter Blaze.
What's up, Key?
Say what's up, YouTube.
What's up there to YouTube, fellows?
And here comes Lori, aka Chuckles von Mecklenburg, and her daughter Jessie. Fashionably late. So we are located in the back of Houdini Plaza. Have our little sign there. And there's Harry's bust over there. That's where we meet for the tour. This trout museum here, it lights up at night, different colors. It's pretty neat. I really like this plaza, you know. I think it's a great starting point, especially this year. We changed up our tour route a little bit, much quieter. Don't have to deal with all the loudness that is College Avenue. Loving the tree colors here. They got a fountain here. I think the fountain's turned off now though. I don't know, maybe it's not. I don't know, let's go walk up there. Nope, no water. It's off for the year. There's a sign, Houdini Plaza. It's neat, especially when they have the phone going.
The communication that if you're talking to a spirit, they'll answer back, okay? This one's kind of cool because this one you can set the temperature within 5 degrees of being hot or cold, or 10 degrees. So if you hit a cold spot or a warm spot, it'll beep and let you know. It's also got an infrared light on it, so it's pretty cool. Nice in dark places. So that's that guy. Then we got in our little bag of tricks, K2 meter. You guys know what a K2 meter is?